You are listening to Fox Radio 910 and 104.3. I want to welcome you to Let's Talk About, our weekly radio program sponsored by Crowning Touch Senior Moving Services of Roanoke, Virginia. My name is Linda Balentine, the president of Crowning Touch and your host for this series. I interview local characters, service providers, politicians, teachers, entrepreneurs, and business professionals, and each one is dedicated to improving life in our valley. Every person has an interesting perspective to share from all walks of life. So, let's begin today's interview. Welcome to today's program of Let's Talk About. I'm Linda Balentine, your host, and I am thrilled to bring you a conversation with someone who plays a vital role in preserving the rich history of our region. Joining us is Mendy Flynn, the executive director of the Virginia Museum of Transportation, right here in Roanoke. This museum, I love this museum, Mendy, and it is because it's more than just a collection of trains, planes, and automobiles. It's actually a living tribute to how transportation shaped our communities, connected our people, and fueled our progress. And you bring some passion, insight, and a clear vision for the museum's future, which we want to talk about. So whether or not people listening are history buff or railroad enthusiasts or simply curious about how our past moves us forward, everybody is in for great conversation. So let's climb aboard and hear the story behind the scenes at the Virginia Museum of Transportation. Thank you, Mendy, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And I've got a question right off the bat. How in the world, I always love to see, come to understand the paths that led people to the position that you're in, because this looks like a fun job.
It is a lot of fun. It's different every day, and I get to work with some fantastic people. I get to meet new people every day from all walks of life, from all over the world. It's fascinating.
That is fun.
It really is.
So tell me about your background. How did you get here?
I've worked for several other nonprofits. I went to Longwood College. I studied business and public relations. Worked for several other nonprofits throughout the years, and then I got the chance to work with Bev Fitzpatrick, who was, he was not the executive director here yet. We were both working for a grant-funded program for the New Century Council, and he kind of became my mentor, made me fall in love with nonprofits even more. Of course, I already loved Roanoke City. I'm born and raised here.
Did he help birth this museum? Was he instrumental in other words, when did the doors open on this museum?
The museum opened in 1963 in Wasena Park.
Okay.
And then it moved here in the 80s after the flood. But Bev was just, all he talked about were trains and other forms of transportation and the people. And we always really got along well, worked well together. We were a good team. So we stayed in close contact, and over the years, as there was an opening, I got my foot in the door, and I'm going on my 10th year here.
Wow. And he was such an enthusiastic player. Yes. You couldn't be around Bev without getting on fire.
Right. And we're still in touch, and I'm thrilled.
I think that is just terrific. What do you think is the most rewarding part of your job? I know you love it. You mentioned some things. You get to talk with people all over the world. Everybody that walks in that door seems enthusiastic.
Right.
I just stand at the ticket window
I know.
just for a little bit and watch everybody.
It's amazing.
Little kids are jumping up and down trying to get in, and that's true with my family as well. My grandchildren, they love it. It's a big hit to come here whenever I can.
And the kids, I think, are the most rewarding part. I mean, all of the people, but particularly the kids. We get thousands through here for field trips every year. The ones that come in with their families, the excitement on their face, their eyes get really big when they see the size of the trains out in the rail yard. It's rewarding to see that level of excitement, the level of curiosity. They want to know what makes these engines go. They want to know everything about them.
I love that.
Now, and they want to be able to reach out and touch them, and they can here. That's one thing that makes us different, is you can reach out and touch.
And climb inside.
Right.
And talk to people that have worked on them. You have so many wonderful events.
Right.
Let's talk about some of the events that are coming up, because so many of them seem to be focused on children. I was at your last event, the 75th anniversary of the 611 and the 1218. You rolled it into one celebration.
We did.
And it was, there were plaques created. And what did the plaques say? They paid tribute to these engines that were so special, such special steam engines, both built here in Roanoke.
Yes.
And that was part of the part of the deal, but magnificent. It was a great event.
Thank you.
I felt like it was
we were very pleased, and we felt like everyone really enjoyed it, enjoyed the opportunities that we offered. Both 1218 and 611 acquired national and state historical status, so that's what the plaques are for.
Does that mean somebody will give you some money? Does that get you anything?
It helps.
It
helps with the process.
Yes.
It really does help to be able to report that. So it was a great celebration. We had people come from all over to just be here on 611's birthday. It was wonderful.
Well, and we got to climb inside the 611,
Right.
and I really appreciated the fact that you had somebody decked out in, railroad gear. He was a volunteer.
Right.
This place runs with a lot of volunteers, correct?
Sure, we do.
But he was so enthusiastic and so knowledgeable. And that's the other thing I wanted to mention. You're going to not walk out of here without learning something.
That's true.
Whether it's because of all of your good, placards and signage and interactive activities that you have, but there's always somebody that you can point a question at, and you'll probably get an answer. And if they can't give it to you, they'll point you to who will give you the answer.
That's true. And I learn something all the time. I learn from the visitors. They come in, and so many of them have a story how they had a relative on the railroad. They worked on the railroad.
Oh, yeah.
They rode on a train when they were little. I mean, everybody's had an experience, something that has tied them to one of our engines or another engine. But they all have stories and so much to share. And like I said, we're always learning, and it's great.
And you're in such a great location. Let's talk about exactly where you're located. You're right next to the bus station,
We are next
which
to the bus
makes
station.
sense.
Yes, yes.
But then you're squeezed in. You're right next to the track that runs right through.
Next to the main line.
That's
yes.
right, which is a big deal.
Right.
Because you can sit out there and wave to trains that are really going by, right? And they
Right.
honk at the kids and do all that.
That's one thing that's really fun. In the summer when we have live music out here, they play on the stage with the trains going back and forth behind them.
Yeah, isn't that neat?
It's a neat experience.
And that's your entertainment plaza, which is available to
rent.
other groups.
Right.
Is that a train going by?
It is.
Wow, you can hear that. All right, so for those of you who are listening, the lights are vibrating a little bit, the walls are.
The windows are shaking.
There's something exciting about a train pulsing through a community.
It is.
There just really is.
Sure
I get
is.
excited. I can't help myself. I live next to the airport, so I'm just a transportation freako.
Oh, okay.
Do you have let's pretend we're walking right in the door here.
Okay.
Okay? And they're going to open the double doors after we bought our ticket.
Okay.
And we're going to go on in, and there's the O gauge
Right.
train exhibit
Yes.
to your left,
Exactly.
which is a highly popular thing. You can press the little buttons, make the trains go round. I noticed that for your last celebration here, they had upgraded and gotten in and fixed it up so that it was even more special.
Well, they put all J-class
That's
engines on there.
okay.
Yes.
That's what we
For the
saw.
celebration, yeah.
And you know what my grandson loved the most? One of the trains had stopped, and it was inside the tunnel. So
Oh.
somebody had to come on up to the whole display and reach in
Okay.
with a long claw
Uh-huh.
and
pull
pull
that
this. Well,
out.
my grandson just thought that was an easy thing.
They like I said, they like to see how it works.
It's just real life.
Yeah.
So that is a special thing. All right, walk me to another part of this museum. Let's just pretend we're on a tour and you're leading us. Can you take us into the auto gallery?
Sure. Well, first, as you come in, even in the O-Gauge area, you're going to be underneath the Piper Cub, which is hanging from the ceiling. That was donated to us by a local man. Wonderful exhibit. We have the skis that will attach to it.
Wow.
And all kinds of documentation, the flying records and everything. And from there, you see the O-Gauge layout, and then you go into the auto gallery. And we have...
I love the auto gallery. What neat
And it continues
vehicles.
to evolve. We continue to receive new cars to put back there, new to us. The cars range from the 1900s on to current. A little bit of everything.
Yeah, you've got muscle cars and Model Ts, right?
Dragster, yeah.
Yeah.
Model A, Model T, the Piedmont Bush, which was manufactured in Lynchburg.
Wow.
It's
I didn't know that.
the Curtis Turner race car, which is something pretty special too, along with other memorabilia from Curtis.
So people can take pictures
They can.
like crazy, which is a fun place to take pictures.
Yes, it is. It's a great place. That's where we do a lot of rentals. We do a lot of dinners in there. We do weddings.
No kidding.
We do them in the rail yard as well, but people rent that out for corporate parties, for family reunions, for
Had no idea.
anything you can think of, conferences.
Well, I'll be.
It's a really nice backdrop for dinners and other functions. But from the auto gallery, and we do have a new exhibit coming for the auto gallery that we're really excited about. It is a 1973 Chevy Impala consumer awareness vehicle.
What does that mean? Why would they call it a consumer awareness?
Well, it's from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, and it was put into place to promote the fact that you could.
So the consumer awareness car was really meant to direct the public and draw the attention to the fact that there was a governmental department,
Yes.
consumer awareness, so
That
they
they
could
could
go
reach out.
ahead and reach out as our automobile industry continued to progress with safety improvements. And that was
Yes.
the whole point.
Yes.
And you have that car
We have that car.
downstairs.
It's not in the auto gallery yet, but it is coming soon. We literally just received it.
So how do you even get these contributions? I mean, is that because your profile is rising as a transportation museum?
I think so. We are the Commonwealth's official transportation museum.
Are we the only one in Virginia?
We are.
Oh, wow.
We are. I mean, we're the only one.
You mean
designated
Richmond
as
doesn't have
official.
anything up on us?
I'm not sure what they have, but we are noted as the official.
Okay, cool.
Um,
Probably because of those daggone train engines down there.
probably.
We deserve it.
So people will reach out and offer to donate or give us something on a long-term loan. This car in particular was donated. They were taking it out of circulation. So they wanted to put it somewhere where it would be seen, get some attention, and continue making history.
Yeah. This museum is so neat because you are open to all aspects of transportation. I have a moving company called Crowning Touch, and
Right.
we found in somebody's basement one of the original from way back when the airport was not called Roanoke Blacksburg. It was
Yes.
the very first airport. It was one of those great big letter markers that would just light up when
Wow.
there weren't as many lights as there are on the runways now,
Sure.
just to indicate a certain pathway for the.
Yes.
And there it was sitting in somebody's basement. So I brought that up and gave it
Wow.
to Bev.
Okay.
And he was very excited. And I think it's downstairs somewhere.
It probably is.
But
yeah.
I just want to encourage people that if you find things like that, to
We'd love
contact
to have them
Mendy.
and put them on display.
Contact Mendy.
Absolutely.
And as a matter of fact, can I even share? This might be a good time in case somebody wants to volunteer.
Yes.
And you might be able to talk to them about that, or they have some contribution to make,
Absolutely.
that they might be able to contact you. Can I give them your phone number and then your email
Sure.
as well?
Absolutely.
So here's the phone number for the museum, 540-342-5670. And then your email address, M as in Mindy, Flynn at VMT, Virginia Museum of Transportation.
Yes.
M. Flynn at VMT.org.
Yes.
All right. So
Yeah,
now
that's great.
everybody needs to figure out how they can be a help. Make a
Yeah.
contribution, come on in, bring your family, or volunteer. There are a host of volunteers.
There are, and our volunteers are so very important. They bring all very different skill sets, talents, personalities. I
Right.
mean, you name it, and they are what makes us what we are today.
I know. It's wonderful. Couldn't do it.
We couldn't do it without
You
them.
couldn't do it without them. All righty. So we go from the auto gallery. Then you actually have an aviation gallery,
We do.
right? Focuses on aerospace and aviation history, and you can learn so much.
And we have the oral history exhibit where you can see interviews with
That was-
prior military aviators and other aviators, astronaut, and all these people are from Virginia.
You have a lot of those oral audio presentations. You also have it for the Norfolk Western and Norfolk Southern, don't you, downstairs?
We
I
do.
found that very, very interesting.
Yes.
With all of these guys that are responsible for, making the train engines.
Right.
And working right over there in the shop, and then their lives on the train. It's really fascinating.
And they're all right here
Yeah.
here in Virginia.
I know. I just love that. Let me ask you another question here. What are some of your most iconic pieces? What comes to mind? What are the stars of the museum that you can think of besides the
I was
611
gonna
and
say,
the
of course,
1218?
611 and 1218 are at the top of the list.
And I might mention why they're so important, because the 611 and both of those, was the 1218 also for passengers? 611 was just a passenger steam engine. But I don't know about the 1218, but come to the museum and find
But
out.
they were both built in Roanoke.
That's
And
correct.
that's one of the reasons they are so important to this area and part of our history.
Yeah, and I don't know, the other one, 1218 might have been freight, but we'll, it's up to you to find out. Come on and find out. But what other iconic pieces? If you were thinking even of the auto, what's your favorite auto down there? Do you have one down in the auto gallery?
Probably the Bush Piedmont. I think that's my favorite car there. Like I said, it was made here locally in Lynchburg. I like the look of it. It's a very classic look, but it's really hard to pick a favorite. There are so many different styles. The taxi or the yellow cab.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. There's just a lot of fun pieces to catch your attention. Your eye just gets grabbed from one thing to another.
The Crosley Hot Shot. That's just a cute little thing, but it has some phenomenal history. So there are so many that you can come down and see.
One of the things I love about the aviation gallery are some of the actual engines that are there. I find that fascinating to sit there and look at those things and just.
That's not something you can see just every day.
No, that's correct. Yeah. And they're in such good shape. I just think that's a marvelous thing. Tell me about what goes into maintaining some of these historic locomotives or anything else that you've got. There's a lot of maintenance that goes on.
There is, and we have staff here that helps with that.
Are those paid staff, or do you have volunteers that can help with that?
We have a volunteer crew as well, and like you mentioned, we're always looking for more. It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
there's a lot to be done. It's a lot to maintain it, and especially when you have the trains going by here on the tracks all the time.
That's right.
They're constantly getting dirty.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Then there's that, keeping them clean so that they look so
But there's all
attractive.
kinds of maintenance. Anybody with any kind of skill that would be beneficial to that, we welcome them.
Okay.
Everybody can help with something.
Do you have an age limit? I have a grandson who come on and sit on that.
Yeah, you can be over 18.
Well, anybody that's under 18.
One day, we'll take him.
Yeah, that's right. You will grow up. Do you have any other restoration projects underway, things behind the scenes that we can't see or wouldn't know about if we were to just walk in here? Or do you have a growth or a direction or anything else on the horizon that you as a nonprofit are looking in a visionary way towards?
I can't really say.
Oh, it's a secret.
We do have some things in the works.
Confidential.
We do have some things in the works. And we are still building out our maritime gallery that we just opened in March. We've had a number of donations of ships that we still need to get on the floor, just working on building cases and things for display.
Oh, that's very neat. Does a Mississippi steamship model qualify? For instance, in other words, that falls under the maritime category?
It does, yes. We have vintage scuba gear that will be on display, so we're just working on ways to exhibit.
Do you have enough room here? How long is this building that we're sitting in?
I couldn't even tell you.
It is one big building.
It's a big building.
So you still have more room to expand?
We can make it work.
Yeah, I got you. You're going to squeeze it
We'll
in.
build up to the ceiling if we have to, but we'll make it work.
Okay.
We have several new exhibits coming up. We're working with an individual from the community on an exhibit for aviation that celebrates World War II, the Enola Gay. So that will be coming out hopefully in August. Just a lot going on.
Let's talk about the thing that's happening on July 19th.
Touch a Truck.
Yes, Touch a Truck. Tell me about Touch a Truck.
The Touch a Truck Kids Fest. We'll have area businesses bring in anything from construction vehicles to rescue vehicles, any kind of vehicle that kids can climb around in.
You need a moving truck?
We could take a moving truck, absolutely.
We might be able. Now, do you allow them to play games and do stuff like maybe we could have a fun game off the moving company ramp or something just to be fun?
We can absolutely do that.
Okay, so that might be neat.
We'll have crafts and games and all kinds of things for the kids. Then we also have different organizations come in to set up like a career day. The Starflight Training School is coming.
Wow.
I'm not sure who all else yet, other than I think someone from the police academy. So the older kids will be interested in that. It was a hit last year. People loved it. We get a lot of young families, so it's perfect. Everybody has something they're interested in. It just touches on all areas.
Well, I noticed too that let's talk about for a minute about how you do engage with the Roanoke community overall. I know that there's a Grandparents' Day.
We do Grandparents' Day in conjunction with AARP. We've done this, I want to say 17 years now. We've been partnering with them. Don't quote me on the number, but it's up there.
Don't the grandparents, do they get in for free? Or
the grandparents get in free when they're accompanied by a grandchild.
See, that's...
we have all kinds of activities for them. We try to have some sort of craft, photo op or something, so they have a keepsake to take with them.
How sweet.
We'll have live music. Ella Folk will be here. Food trucks.
Yep, it was great. I was here last year, and I do have a keepsake still in my little homeschool office with my grandson, and he had his little face painted, and it was just, just too cute.
We try to have activities that the grandparent and the grandchild can do together while they're here, while going through the exhibit.
I know it. It was great. So I think anybody that hasn't been, remember the 19th. What's the time on that?
It's from 10 to 3
on
July 19th.
All right, that's great.
No, I'm sorry. July 19th is Touch and Talk. It's August 23rd from 10 to 3.
Oh, August 23rd. Right. Okay. So you also have programs. You have lots of school kids come through here, correct?
We do.
You give tours. You do all sorts of stuff. So
we do guided tours. We also have developed programs. We've worked specifically with Roanoke City Schools and developed programs that correlate with their SOL for kindergarten and fourth grade especially, but we have begun to roll out some programs for other age groups as well. We will do custom programming for whatever age is coming in.
You do birthday parties?
School groups. We do birthday parties. We do both adults and children's birthday parties.
So the homeschool groups is a neat thing too.
Yes.
Matter of fact,
a lot of homeschool groups.
Tomorrow, yeah, isn't that something? There is a responsibility that I think everybody here assumes, and that is the preservation of our transportation history.
Absolutely.
It's very much a part of that and extolling that because the truth is, even in our school system today, the level of education sometimes incorporates those details, and then sometimes it doesn't. And so you stand in the gap to go ahead and fill in the blanks for people that really, and it does, there's something about the tactile sensibility.
Yes.
That once you're not just reading it on a page, you're standing next to an engine, or you're standing next to some other rail car, or you've got school buses out there, you've got fire engines from the past, you've got all sorts of other vehicles. But whether you're standing under the Piper Cub or whatever it is, if people start to talk to you about what you're looking at, it's going to become embedded in you in a much deeper way than it would if you, it's just you feel like you're personally relating, and all of your senses get excited, and then you retain more. So I think it's just such a great experience just for that reason, to come on down here. And it's hands-on. You can touch a lot of stuff. Even if you can't touch it, you're standing under it, you're looking up at it, you're standing next to a massive something or other.
Right.
And it's just impressionable. It makes a real impression.
It's really something to see the kids come in, and with the programs that we have worked with the city to develop, that they can learn math by measuring the wing of an airplane.
Yeah, isn't that neat?
That they can use these practical skills and learn their math, science, art, English. You really see them get excited. You really see them engaged. It's just nice to see them interested. And then hopefully they'll go home and tell their parents they want to come back.
That's right.
That's what we hope.
Or they can start to get a vision for their life.
Right.
You know?
They get ideas for career options they may never have known existed.
That's absolutely correct. So if you were to try and tag a need, let's talk about some of the needs that would help feed something that you sense as a need already. Are there needs? Doesn't every museum have a financial need to be met?
Always.
All right.
Always.
So if you're a nonprofit, you're always out there
Sure.
looking for money and funds.
Yes, absolutely. There are so many projects here that are extremely expensive. There's not a parts store for the 611.
Oh, These
parts have to be made. Tools have to be made. And that's true for other pieces that we have too. So it gets very costly.
Is the 611 scheduled to go down the tracks again anytime soon?
We are working really hard on that.
It's so that it can go ahead and pull us somewhere?
We are hoping. We are working on several possibilities, working on final details now.
And if people want to keep track, because there are a lot of people that want to get a ride behind the 611.
Right.
So you have a Facebook page?
Facebook and website.
Okay.
It'll be on both.
Yep, I bet it will.
As there's an announcement, we will definitely put it out there.
Right, and there'll probably be a fee attached, but, we need to be able to help fund, the maintenance.
To underwrite the cost, yeah.
And the repair, yeah.
Yes.
I think that is just terrific. Mendy, I've got one last question for you. What makes the Virginia Museum of Transportation unique compared to other transportation museums? I know that it's special to myself and my family, but give me an overall view of what makes it so unique to everybody.
I think the one thing, we have so many things in our collection, so much rolling stock and automobiles and aviation pieces. I think the biggest thing is that this is our heritage. This is Roanoke. Roanoke was built on the railroad. It's Virginia's history. It's the transportation history for our area. It's about people who are from here, family members and friends who lived and worked here in the transportation industry. 1 out of 10 people do work in transportation in that sector. So it's vitally important that we protect this history, that we preserve it, and that we continue to promote it to the future generations.
And those are our buses and our fire engines out back and, everything that is really linked, like the car that was made in Lynchburg.
Yes.
So these are details put together for everybody to come view and appreciate about what made this city in Southwest Virginia so dynamic.
Exactly.
Well, I think that is it for today. I hate that we've got to end this, but it's been an enlightening journey from the powerful locomotives that define Roanoke's past to the exciting plans that shapes its future. It's clear this museum is more than just a place. It is a legacy. Thank you, Mendy, very much for being with us today.
I appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You've been listening to Let's Talk About, courtesy of Crowning Touch Senior Moving Services of Roanoke, Virginia, the only moving company with a consignment shop, auction house, and real estate division. We are a one-stop shop for any senior making a move. Check out our website at crowningtouchusa.com. Or if you are planning a move, call Anna at 540-982-5800 to arrange a free estimate. And don't forget to check out our monthly browse and bid auctions at 6712 Williamson Road in Roanoke, where you can bid online on over 1,800 items each month. Meanwhile, let's get back together next Friday at noon for more of Let's Talk About on Fox 910 and 104.3.